This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on the South Today, Southland's Winton Bakery is giving away unsold baked goods to those less fortunate. A group of electric cars on a road trip from Bluff to Cape Reinga stop off in Dunedin for a visit. And Dunedin waterways are celebrated in a festival this weekend. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. The Winton Bakery in Southland has begun giving away its unsold baked goods that would normally go in the pig bin. Sharon Rees reports.
These are treats too good to be thrown out. But until recently, that's exactly what was happening come closing time at the Winton Bakery. A strict food plan means the bakery doesn't sell any item made the previous day, which saw a lot of food go to waste. Owner Jeannie Peebles knew something had to change.
I had parents that were brought up through the Depression, so we never wasted anything, and I'm severe in my businesses on wastages. So what we do is each night after 5 o'clock, my girls from the bakery pop over with the cream buns and some scones and some yummy sandwiches, and they put it in the cupboard and in the fridge.
With the support of the Salvation Army Family Store, Peebles installed a fridge and cupboard at the back of the bakery. She says the food is there for anyone in the community.
The whole community, if you're hungry or just whatever, if you need some food. And people say to me, what happens if people take it that don't need it? And I said, we're not to judge. We don't know who's wealthy and who's not, and they may be taking it for other families. It doesn't matter. It's being shared.
She said members of the community have already begun donating their own food to the cause.
With the general public, that's been happening already. People have put veggies in there. The community garden have donated vegetables, and it's so exciting. And I was here the other night and a lovely lady was putting pumpkins in and taking some of our cream buns from the bakery. So it's working really well. Everything just disappears.
Peebles said she wants the initiative to be driven by the community, and people are welcome to give and take food as they please. She says she hopes to see other Winton businesses get on board. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Nominations are now open for the New Zealand Youth Awards 2018. The annual awards celebrate young New Zealanders who have achieved outstanding results in the arts, education, business and the environment. Minister for Youth, Peeni Henare, says this year's awards will recognise 18 New Zealand young people. The group of electric cars driving the length of New Zealand called in at Dunedin this morning. The South Today met up with the travellers.
The Leading the Charge convoy parked up in Dunedin's Octagon this morning. The 6 electric cars are making their way from Bluff to Cape Reinga for the 4th year running. Greg Trounson is part of the convoy, and his Tesla S can travel 400 kilometres on a single charge. So getting to Ashburton tonight is not a problem. Some of the other cars may need a top-up during their scheduled stops in Oamaru and Timaru.
It's a good thing to stop every few hours on your journey anyway, and there'll be a lunchtime stop somewhere. So wherever we stop for lunch, we do it where there's a charger nearby. We plug in, we go to lunch, and we come back and we unplug and we go. So we just top up where we can on the way so that it doesn't become a drama.
Local electric car enthusiast Pam McKinlay has organised for quite a few other vehicles to join this morning's display. The aim is to get non-electric car drivers behind the wheel.
A part of what this journey is about is to meet locals and especially people who don't own EVs to arouse their curiosity to see what's going on, to bring them into a conversation and to educate about what EVs do and how good they are, because some of the initial expectation is that EVs can't be any good, can they, really? But actually, they're super good. They're way better than petrol car, and so that emerges in the conversation.
The convoy intends to reach Ashburton tonight for a well-earned rest and to recharge their batteries. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
University of Otago researchers have voiced their support of recent changes to national cigarette packaging, but they think more should be done. The new packaging will have large photo warnings against a plain green background without obvious branding. Professor Janet Hook says that in order to meet the smoke-free New Zealand goal of 2025, warnings need to be updated regularly. The aim would be to resonate with many social groups, especially young people starting smoking. Dunedin people are being invited to take a closer look at the environment of North East Valley this weekend. The event is called Creek Fest. Roselle LeBone found out more.
Peka bird feeders, electric fishing and a puppet rock opera are on offer at Creek Fest 2018.
You can be my lover and I will be your dome. Don't cause me no bother, just go with the flow.
The rock opera was inspired both because last year, the walk was really popular, but we found the kids just wanted to race on like puppies. So we wanted to slow them down, and what better way to slow down a puppy than with a puppet? And so while they're sort of watching puppets, there's all this amazing information.
There's a new discovery walk at Creek Fest this year. The Selwyn Village Walk looks at hillside history, creatures and a then and now view of Selwyn Street.
The new walk this year is developed on the old Lecky land, which they were early settlers in Dunedin. You can't see it because there's all this regenerated bush in our way. But up there on the hillside was one of the early dairy farms of North East Valley. And at one stage there was about 15 dairy farms in North East Valley.
This year's theme is Critters in the Creek.
Exploring all of the ecology of the little tributary that feeds into Lindsay Creek and all the history of that old community that's based there.
Dr. Rock, the local geologist, is inviting people to bring along their rock finds for identification. Keep Dunedin Beautiful will be on site with the Dunedin City Council's Three Waters team to discuss the valley's upcoming water and stormwater upgrade, while the Otago Regional Council will be focusing on hazards information and running a science creature photo competition. The Awa Walk takes around an hour, beginning at Pentland Street Playground and finishing at Chingford Park.
Come on guys, let's get walking.
Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
Still to come on The South Today, the Alexandra annual Great Easter Bunny Hunt is postponed due to the release of the new K5 rabbit virus, and an 80-year-old Winton building gets a new lease on life.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air. The Terminus Apartments, where heritage meets modern sophistication and where the past is Dunedin's future. These 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are fitted with modern amenities, room to move and spectacular harbour and city views. Contact us now to have your piece of luxury. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477-1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Hi, Lindsay at Alex Campbell Menswear. We have our 3 stores on sale. It's our summer clearance sale. Look at all these t-shirts, 50% off. Look at all these polo shirts, 50% off. Look at all these woven shirts, short sleeves, 50% off. And there's more. Shorts. All these shorts, 50% off.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
But wait, there's more. 25% off all our regular lines off the normal price.
Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
FPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile FPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods. Prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes, Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
Free heart transmission. Please open your heart.
Chi is flowing freely. Chi is nourishing. Chi is loving.
Call Sunny Chin for peace in your heart.
FPOS, point of sale and cash registers. Rent, lease or buy. Mobile FPOS and fixed terminals. Short or long-term rentals. Contact Anything's POS today. 0274 361 474.
Welcome back. Alexandra's annual Great Easter Bunny Hunt has been postponed so the newly released K5 rabbit virus has time to work. The first batches of the virus were released in central Otago this week at 2 sites monitored by Landcare Research. Hunt convener Dave Ramsey says because there are so many rabbits in the district, it's necessary to support the introduction of the virus by not holding the hunt. The virus, which doesn't affect other animals, could be spread through rabbit-to-rabbit contact and also through droppings from animals that preyed on infected rabbits. An 80-year-old Winton building has been given a makeover. The former bank on the main street in Winton has been transformed to make way for a new boutique shop. Sharon Rees has more.
This Winton building has been given a new lease on life. Until recently, the nearly 80-year-old building was looking a little worse for wear. But with some TLC, the new building owner Janine Walker has transformed it, inside and out.
It really hadn't had anything spent on it for a long time. It was really actually sad because it's so beautiful. There's so many features. When we bought it, I didn't realise till I got in here just how amazing it was with the windows and the bank door. It was a real thrill to watch it come to life with that energy that went into it.
Walker bought the building for her new business, the Designer Bank, a boutique store in the heart of Winton. She said she wanted to tie in the original look of the bank with a modern feel, and that the Winton community are delighted by the idea.
We tried to keep the aesthetic resembling what it was in the past without it sort of being old. Since we've sort of gone live with the name and things like that, it's been amazing. I've had so much support, people stopping on the street for a yak, and just people are really excited about it.
She said her boutique business idea has been a long time in the making, stretching all the way back to childhood.
My mum's a sewer, my aunties are sewers, and I've watched them create things from nothing. As little girls, Mum would make matching outfits for my sister and I, and we would be allowed to go and pick what material we wanted and things like that. You get to a certain stage in your life, I wanted to work amongst that feeling that I got every time I see lovely clothes.
While the community is keen to see the interior after a fresh coat of paint picked up the outside, Walker said it will remain a secret until the official opening at the end of the month. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
Fire services were called to a hay barn fire in Balclutha late this morning. The blaze was threatening a neighbouring silo full of urea when the firefighters arrived. 7 fire appliances were called to attend the scene. 3 fire trucks came from Balclutha, plus another 4 backup engines from Waihola and Clutha Valley. The fire was eventually brought under control early this afternoon. The large barn was destroyed, but the nearby buildings were undamaged. New Zealand workers are getting themselves a bad name with some Queenstown businesses. One business owner this week described them as a nightmare, and another owner detailed incidents of mental illness and people not showing up for work. Mina Amso has this exclusive story.
James McAllister runs a Queenstown construction company. He says the last New Zealander he hired lasted 5 days in the job, stole his company car and drove to Dunedin.
Rang me from Milton trying to get my petrol card number so he could get to Dunedin.
The police later arrested the man and was convicted of theft. He had previous convictions.
Oh, it's a nightmare.
He says another New Zealander worked for 2 weeks, then disappeared without a trace.
Without our guys from offshore, I'd be closing the doors for sure. There's no way that I'd run my business if I had to have Kiwis. I wouldn't bother.
He is increasingly finding New Zealand workers a liability rather than an asset.
Not turning up to work and not doing anything because they're hungover, or turning up late and clocking in, early kind of thing, leaving early, clocking in late.
The hospitality sector also has its stories. Republic Hospitality General Manager Tracy Poole has 130 staff working in a number of bars and restaurants in Queenstown. Only 4 are New Zealanders. 2 others she had employed left, one because of mental health issues and the other simply didn't show up for work.
Which is really sad because I mostly employ people from overseas, and it's really embarrassing because I'll go, oh, I've got this really great Kiwi, and they'll go, oh.
Both managers agree the high cost of living makes Queenstown a hard place for New Zealanders to live and work in.
No, I don't think it's about Kiwis, and I don't think it's about that. I think it's about this town and how hard it is.
The attitude of New Zealanders to the type of work available in the resort is also a factor.
I think probably Kiwis see hospitality as just a job you do when you're looking for a real job.
McAllister does not have a policy of not employing New Zealanders, but finds workers from other countries are more reliable.
What the Kiwis are doing compared with these other guys as well is unbelievable.
Both managers say while not all New Zealand workers are bad, they are embarrassed at how many have issues that make them unsuitable employees. Mina Amso, The South Today.
After the break on The South Today, we have an art exhibition to raise funds for St Leonard's School with some famous artists donating their work. And still on the subject of art, we have a Waimate artist who is painting on a canvas with a difference.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikoai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Wait for seed to germinate. Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
135 Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Octagon in the central city. These are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
interior design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas, and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance. The balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect.
So we won't fall?
Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there. Whoa.
You fell for it.
Yep, I fell for it.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
I'm cotton soft on the environment too.
Thanks for staying with us. Dunedin St Leonard's School is holding its 8th annual fundraising exhibition. Organisers are hoping that some very famous names will help raise a significant amount for the school.
The St Leonard's Arts Sale opens this evening in the Community Hall at Dunedin's St Leonard's School. It's been running for 7 years and has generated thousands of dollars as generous artists donate a percentage of the sale price to the school. St Leonard's principal Joe Wilson is hoping to break a significant milestone at this weekend's event.
Well, I'm hoping, because you always hope for more than that, but that 10 would be lovely. I've always tried to get somewhere around there. It really does help a lot.
For the past few years, the sale has been curated by Rachel Foster, who says the calibre of artists offering work on sale is increasing every year.
We've got some very well-established artists that are entering work, and in some cases they could be selling their artwork for a lot more, but because it's a school they've decided to lower their prices, and in some cases we have artists that are contributing up to 50% of their sale to the school, which is just incredible. We're just blown away by the generosity.
One artist with work on sale who won't be at tonight's opening is Graham Fletcher. His pieces are well sought after, and this evening he's in Wellington with the Prime Minister at the opening of Te Papa's Toy Art Gallery. A Dunedin artist hoping to turn up at the exhibition is Ewan McDougall, who believes this is a strong collection.
I've judged a couple of awards around New Zealand over the last year, and I think that the standard here is much higher than those awards. Without naming them, it's a very high standard.
The pupils at St Leonard's School will also be included in the exhibition with Gone Potty, consisting of bowls and cups they painted. They will not be for sale, but will be well worth a look. The annual St Leonard's School fundraising art exhibition begins this evening and runs through the weekend. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
Waimati's iconic grain silos are about to become more outstanding with the addition of 4 new giant murals. A local artist is adorning the large cylinders with images of significant regional events.
The concrete grain silos at Transport Waimati's Queen Street Yard have towered over the rural town since 1934. But never have they looked quite like this. The 30-metre by 8-metre grain silos have become canvases for Waimati painter Bill Scott. Scott and Transport Waimati owner Barry Sadler picked 4 images that capture some of the New Zealand famous people who made Waimati home. The first painting represents a key moment in the early history of the region.
It represents the meetings, the first meeting between Michael Studham, our original European settler, and the local Maori community, who was led by Te Huru, a Maori chief, and this basically represents him in his heyday.
Scott started painting this week, and it remains to be seen what the other paintings will become. Jack Conroy, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. A bakery in Winton is giving away unsold baked goods to people in need. A contingent of electric cars stopped in Dunedin during a cross-country road trip. And Dunedin waterways will be celebrated in a festival this weekend. And now it's time for a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Paul Gorman. What have you got for us this weekend?
Isn't it a bit cold today?
Yeah, I know. What's
Freezing,
happened to our weather?
Been a lot of problems with the wind. We've got a story on power outages on the peninsula, and also down south some jet boating was affected by the winds. They were worried they were going to flip the boats actually this morning. So that was pretty dramatic stuff. There was also a big fire near Balclutha in a barn this morning. There were 7 appliances there. They managed to contain it. They were concerned about fertiliser next door to it, which could have been quite nasty. And in the hospital here, they found black mould in one of the buildings. We don't quite know how much yet, but that could be a concern as well. So read a bit more about that tomorrow. In the mix, we've got a feature on phone apps, why you like apps, what makes you keep going back to them. It's to do with dopamine. They make you feel good when you get feedback on your blogs and things like that. And also a story on the most Irish city in the US, Butte, Montana, which of course fits nicely because tomorrow is St Patrick's Day. So there'll be interesting things happening tomorrow, I'm sure. And big sporting day as well. Highlanders, Crusaders tomorrow night. Steve Hepburn's been talking to the captains about the game, and we've also got a story about the vaults. Rob Nichol, the captain, is talking about why it's been such a bad season for him, so that could be quite intriguing as well.
So there's definitely something for everyone in tomorrow's ODT. Lovely, yeah. Thank you. Okay. And now it's time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by Mole Map.
Today's southern viewers of traffic on Dunedin's Castle Street. Looking at the situation, an anticyclone arrives just in time to bring a sunny, clear weekend with light winds. Cold nighttime temperatures could bring a touch of frost inland, and a more active week ahead next week with rain and cold southerlies on the way. Looking at the southern towns, Balclutha and Catlins can expect some light winds, clear skies and 14 degrees. Gore and Lumsden are in for the same but a slightly warmer 15. Moving westwards to central, Alexandra, Queenstown and Wanaka can all expect light winds, fine weather and a high of 18. And pretty much the same for Te Anau with a slightly cooler 15 degrees. Up to the northern towns, Oamaru and Timaru are in for afternoon winds, clear skies and a high of 14. Omarama and Twizel, light winds and fine weather and a high of 18. In Dunedin tonight, it will be fine with an overnight low of 6. Tomorrow, fine with sunny periods and scattered cloud, cool temperatures and a high of 14 and 10. And on Sunday, a little milder with fine sunny weather and breezy northeasterlies, 17 and 10. And in Invercargill tonight, some cloud with an overnight low of 7. Tomorrow, cloud clearing and becoming fine and sunny during the morning with a high of 12 and 6. And on Sunday, mostly fine and sunny with milder northerly winds, 17 and 12. And that's our news for this Friday. For the latest news from the southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. I hope you all have a great weekend. Take care. Ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.